Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. So today we are discussing about water pollution. Basically, we need to understand about the term water. Yes, any of the transparent in the form of lake, streams, ocean, is in the form of fluids. It is consisting and constituting in many of the independent bodies. Yes, sir. Now the concern is about water pollution. 100% sure water pollution it is getting raised because of the changes taking place with respect to chemical, physical, biological characteristics of water. So how does all these pollutions are going to get occur? What are the reasons for all this water pollution? Yes, sir. So we do have many of the points associated here for the reasons for water pollution or causes for water pollution. Yes, so with respect to the amount of point source, whatever we are going to find out the discharge of a sewage treatment plant, that even with respect to the amount of storm drain, even about the drainage water, drain of construction. So whatever we are going to put into, yes, it is going to take its own point source of the causes of water pollution. So when the urbanization is going to take place, 100% sure that much huge amount of that waste water is going to get accumulate and it's going to start getting its own source. And apart from that urban viewpoint of the point source, even we do have non-point sources also. Into the agricultural lands, where we are going to find it out many of the pesticides, nitrogen compounds, that is going to leach out its own pollution into that particular ground level, into that particular agricultural land level. So when we are going to get the rain, yes, of course, that rain water is going to reach to the deeper level of earth, which might consist of even this nitrogen compounds, where we cannot find out, or else we cannot point out where the source of this nitrogen has been mixed up with underground water. Very truly, they have mentioned it. That is the reason it's to be considered as like a non-point source. And even we do have organic, inorganic, as well as macroscopic contaminants, as such like detergents, acids, or also plastics, papers, food waste. Yes, just we are going to dump it into the garbage. Most of the time, it is going to get mixed up with the water. So ultimately, that results into the polluted water. That's how every individuals we are independently responsible for this organic, inorganic, as well as macroscopic kind of waste, whatever we are contributing towards society, and ultimately it is resulting into pollution. And today's topic is about water pollution. Yes, of course, it is reaching. And thermal pollution. Yes, when we were discussing with respect to the thermal pollution, maybe we have quoted on that particular day as like, yes, this thermal pollution is very commonly, it is going to increase the temperature, where it results into amount of water pollution, air pollution, even about that temperature level is going to get increased. So the natural body of the water, maybe, which may go for getting influenced because of the raise or fall in the temperature. So what it happens? Maybe the food chain composition of water and the species, whatever it is available over there, in terms of helping all of us, in terms of changing the biodiversity, that is going to get reduced. Ultimately, many of the species are going to get killed because of the temperature imbalance, the rise of temperature or else fall in temperature. That is how the things are going to be the pace here with respect to the amount of thermal pollution. Maybe it is going to kill the fish, and again other animals also are going to get affected. Correct? Even about biological pollutants. Yes, we do have many of the microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, which are going to affect very badly onto the human health as well as even other animals' health. Even living organism, non-living organisms are getting affected by biological pollutants. So, how does this biological pollutants? It is one of the reason being made by human being. It's a kind of common question. Most of the students they want to raise. We cannot accept this blame of biological pollutants. As a human being, yes, it has not been done by us. Yes, most of the time, these kind of biological pollutants are naturally generated, but those changes in the rise of temperature or else a fall of temperature, whatever it is taking place within a shorter span of time, is going to boost up this chain link of this viruses or else bacteria, and it is going to take its own shape in terms of ordering over routine habit of all these human beings as well as other animals. That is most important. So maybe we cannot claim as such like only thermal pollution is the reason, or else we cannot claim that only organic or inorganic and macroscopic contaminants are the reasons. We cannot blame like directly on individual, but collate together. Yes, 100% sure. It results into biological pollutants. That's the main point where we need to understand it very clearly. And what about the impact of the water with respect to the polluted water impact over the public health, especially pesticides? It can damage the nerves system and may cause the cancer directly on the human beings. But still, sir, pesticides are very much essential for agricultural activities. Okay, why can't we go for using those the natural pesticides, natural chemicals with animal dung, whatever people they are going to? produce it, why don't we go for making use of? Still, we are depending upon those kind of the conventional method of agriculture. Yes, we are depending upon, and ultimately we are getting that particular results also. Correct? Pesticides, nitrates, lead, fluids. So most of all these are associated with respect to that agricultural chemicals. And by spending lakhs, crores together amount of money, yes, we are importing those chemicals on a yearly basis. Correct? So right now, maybe it's a recent news as like per bag of that chemical, that particular pesticides, nearly around 50% of subsidy is being offered by government to take care of the crops. Yes, to take care of crop now, whatever we are offering that subsidy during the pandemic time, yes, of course, we need more and more amount of crop to feed the food to our public. Correct. But what happened since 5 decades, 6 decades? Right now, we are in the urge of not to lose any a small amount of crop also. That is the reason we are offering subsidies. Why we are offering subsidy on a yearly basis? Correct. So we ourselves we are promoting even nitrogen also as one of the compound of those chemicals what we are using for the agriculture. Correct. It is quite dangerous for the brain of baby where the oxygen supply will get restricted. Correct. Because of nitrates. Lead is leading towards a lower IQ level in the small kids. Arsenic is resulting into the liver damage as well as skin cancer. Many of the diseases are associated here. Correct. So most of us are very much literate, educated with respect to all these amount. But in spite of that also, we are keeping ourselves with a thought process as such like all these things are quite essential for the life. We are thinking with that particular medium of approach. That is the difficulty where most of the farmers we are facing it in India. And petrochemicals. Yes, with this amount of petrochemicals, even a small amount of quantity of petrochemicals exposure towards human body also may leads to cancer. Correct? Every one of us know about that. But in spite of that also, yes, we are making use of because of our routine jobs. It has become a necessity, part and parcel of our life. Correct? And even that metals wash into the water during the mining operations may pollute that water again. Correct? Right, sir. So these are all the amount of activities where we are facing the impact of water pollution on public health. Right, sir. Thanks to everyone.